G, what's good?
What's the deal? What's on?
Shit, welcome to Uncensored Wisdom, man. Appreciate you for coming on board.
I appreciate you for having me for sure.
Man, ain't no thing. Man, the first time I ran into you was like, I think that was the May show.
Yeah, that was my first fashion show in the city. I just moved back down here from Dallas. So that was my first official fashion show. So yeah.
Right, oh, so you from D-Town?
No, I'm from Galveston, born and raised. When I graduated college, I moved out there. So
Okay.
I was out there for like 3 years. And then when I moved home, I started really deciding to take fashion more serious. Like I did a little dibble and dab in college with F&M, which is Fashion in Motion. Shout out to Jalea, shout out to SFA for that. It just gave me a platform to kind of figure out my you know what I'm saying, my calling as far as like what I wanted to do outside of playing basketball. Once I got hurt, that was kind of like my outlet.
Oh, so you was hooping?
Yeah, I played ball in Florida. I went to a JUCO out there, and then I transferred to Stephen F. after I got hurt, and I just finished up school out there. But while I was there, I had to figure out something to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was more so like, let me find something. So I was on the yard one day, and I'm walking on the yard, and you know, everybody on the first week of school, they got the signs out like, come join this org, come join this org.
Yeah.
So I seen a bunch of like females like walking, but they had them doing like a model walk. So it was kind of lit. Like I'm like, what's going on? Like, why these girls strutting on the yard? And so, behold, I walked up and they was like, yeah, this is F&M. You know what I'm saying? Fashion in Motion. You should come. You know what I'm saying? Come to our first meeting, which is next week. So I was like, I bet I'll come. You know what I'm saying? I'll sign up just to see what it is. So I ended up going, walked in, and like I just seen a bunch of like females. I'm like, oh, this shit lit. Like,
yeah.
So I'm listening to them. They tell us about the show. Tell us the different groups that you can be in, like PR, styling, models, such and so forth. So I was like, I ain't know what I wanted to do. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just do PR. I'm gonna just do promotion.
Right.
So I did PR that first semester, and then one of my partners was a model for the show. So he was like, fam, why you don't think about styling or something like that? And it was crazy because he had became the president the following semester of the F&M. So I was like, you know what, I'll try it.
Right.
So boom, second semester, did F&M as a stylist. It gave me like 4 models. Crashed it, you know what I'm saying? The show went good, got a lot of good feedback, ended up being nominated to be head stylist. So from that, I did from head stylist for like 2 years until I graduated, you know what I'm saying? And then my last semester of graduation, I walked in my first show. And I just started like noticing like, this is probably what I want to do.
Right.
So when I moved to Dallas after graduation, I joined this group called Cozy, and I had another brand at the time. It was called Threaded World. And we parted ways right before I got ready to move back down here. And I was like, I got to keep this going. Like, I got to do something. Like, I got to figure this out. So I ended up coming up with my own brand name, The Fallen, which stands for no matter how many times you fall, rise again. It basically was just telling my story in a creative way that was relatable to a lot of people, because everybody go through things. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, has their own trial and tribulations. So it's like they always been taught, no matter how many times you fall, you know what I'm saying, get back up, keep going. Like, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be rough on your journey, but like, just have faith in it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of where I went with my brand, just telling my story in a creative way that's relatable to everybody.
Right, because when most of the time I see them, the skull heads, I was like, what does it mean?
So that design in itself stands for give everybody their roses while they're here. My uncle was one of my biggest inspirations. He kind of helped me, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of stuff, especially after I got hurt playing ball, just having somebody to confide in. He was like a father figure to me. So just being able to confide in him and whenever I was going through stuff, that was like partial reason why, you know what I'm saying, I came up with that design, because he had passed away, and we had like a little fallout. So he had passed away. He was coming to Dallas to come visit one weekend, and he hit me up to try to get some clothes, and we didn't link up. So like a week later, he ended up dying. And I felt like shit, you know what I'm saying? Just because he tried to reach out, we ain't link up, so that would have been my last time. And he had sent me a message the day before, like a Bible verse. He sent it to me and one of my closest friends. And when my partner called me to tell me that, you know what I'm saying, my uncle had passed, I'm like, huh? He was like, yeah, he had got word from his people that, you know what I'm saying, he had choked to death. Like, he couldn't, you know what I'm saying, he was in there eating, and he ended up choking, and nobody was there to resuscitate him. So he ended up dying. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna definitely start making most of my my pieces and stuff that I come up with to tell my story. So that was one of them, give everybody their roses while they're here.
Right.
So that's kind of where that came from.
Man, that's dope. So like, in the process when you was a stylist, like full time, what did you get out of being a stylist that contributed to you when you was making your own clothing brand?
Repeat the question one more time.
So when you was a stylist, what did you gain out of being a stylist that helped you when you was building this brand?
So with being a stylist, I used to always get told, like when I was younger, like, yeah, you clean, you know what I'm saying? So I used to always be like, well, shit, I might as well dress people the way I would, you know what I'm saying, I would perceive myself as wearing. So that's kind of like where I go with my brand. Like, yeah, it's telling my story, but I love clothes, I love fashion. Like I remember growing up watching the BET Awards, Red Carpet, MTV, Spring Bling, just watching Soulja Boy, like all these different artists and stuff just coming with their own. And I used to just see myself going in the room, like putting on clothes, acting like I'm performing, like at the BET Awards on the red carpet, like getting dressed up, like. And I used to always do that. So I was like, you know what? Let me have my own brand. That's something that I would, you know what I'm saying, is me, so I can, you know what I'm saying, promote myself. And also at the same time, you know what I'm saying, also, you know what I'm saying, put people in stuff that I would want to wear myself. So that's basically where that came from. It was just like, just doing something you know what I'm saying, I enjoyed, that was creative, that was fun for me, that brought me peace.
Right.
You know?
So as a kid, you was always creative.
Yeah, I used to always take a pen from my mom in church, like, and just be drawing, doing different things, stuff like that, just drawing tennis shoes, drawing like just anime. Like I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, so I used to always draw Dragon Ball Z characters to that, you know what I'm saying, just doing different things, Pokemon, really anything I could think of, I'd just sit and draw. Like that was like my safe haven. But I got away from it when I started taking basketball more serious. So it was like, I had to pick and choose. So basketball at the time was what I liked doing. So it was like, I'm gonna focus on that. So I got away from a lot of stuff like playing instruments, playing the piano, drums, different stuff of that nature. Like a lot of people don't know that. Like when I started back drawing, everybody was like, you can draw? I'm like, yeah, I used to always draw. I just got away from it.
Right.
So.
Right. When you're a person that is creative, you like to pick up different talents and go with them, but you just gotta find that one that you really love.
And that's really what the thing, it was just like trying to figure out what I wanted to do, because I'm always, once I figure out to learn how to do something one time, or I get good at it, I'm on to the next thing. Like,
right.
And I always been like that. Like, and I'm learning now to stick to one thing, regardless of how easy it may be or how hard it may get. Just stick to that. Right.
Right. I've suffered from that too. Like you'll get to this place of boredom sometimes because it becomes easy and repetitive to you. But people love consistency.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta have a love for it. Like whenever things get, you know what I'm saying? Because being an entrepreneur, I can tell everybody that's a spiritual journey. Like that hoe will make you feel like you just like, I'm serious. Like you will go through ups and downs, because like some days you make a sale, some days you're not. Some days you trying to think of like what you should do next for your business and see if that's gonna make, because you always in your head. Like, and I'm always, one thing about me, I'm always in my head. Like I'm either thinking about some new designs, I'm either thinking about what I want to do marketing wise to get my brand out there more. Like when I'm out somewhere, I'm thinking like this. So it's just like, it's a constant battle. But if you got faith and know, you know what I'm saying, that's what you want to do, just have fun with it, just trust the process, and it's gonna work itself out for you.
Yeah, trust the process for sure. The process provides, but you gotta trust it.
Nah, for sure. Like it'll make you sit there and question a lot of things, but just trust it, fam. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right. So in saying that, what in your eyes, what made the Fallen start taking off? Like what event happened?
So when I first moved home, I struggled, I'm not gonna lie, cause like I said, I had another brand that I was working on at first, and we parted ways. So that transition of trying to go from one brand, having people know you for that, to transition over to something new is always gonna be a battle, especially when it's a difference when you just rebranding. But when you rebranding with a whole new brand, it becomes like a totally different thing, because now you gotta try to go get a whole new fan base, get a whole new clientele base. It just comes with a lot. So I'm gonna say personally, what helped me take off might have been when I first met Sauce. When I first met Sauce Walker, my cousin had just signed to TS, a big legend. Shout out to him. We had a podcast show for Teddy Tuesday at not Rise. We had it at the Address that day, and me and my partner Yams was getting ready to go leave the station to go towards towards the address. And my cousin was like, hey, we at Turkey Leg Hut, pull up on us, you know what I'm saying? It's me and Sauce and all them who just bring, you know what I'm saying, bring his clothes, because he had been in Dallas all this time. So I was like, all right, bet. So I pulled up on him, started pulling my little bag out the car to start giving my cousin his stuff. And then Sauce walked up. So he was like, oh, you the cousin, you know what I'm saying? He was talking about the drip. He was like, yeah, I need some. So I'm like, bet. So I just started giving him some stuff here and there, like just pulling out the bag when he told me the size. And I was like, hey, like, I got to get ready to go to an event. I'll pull up on you afterwards if that's cool, you know what I'm saying? That way I can actually get you right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was like, bet, just pull up on me at the sauce factory, you know what I'm saying? We'd be shooting the video and stuff. So I'm like, all right, bet. So as soon as Teddy podcast show over with, we leave and I get the address from my cousin to pull up to the sauce factory. Pull up, they shooting the whole music video. So when I walked back to the back, my cousin was like, don't sound, you know what I'm saying, don't sound fuck with you. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I walked to the back, Sauce shooting the whole video in my shirts, like, you know what I'm saying, shirt, hat, boom. We go walk inside the sauce factory, they shooting the video. He put me in the actual music video.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I'm standing at the window, like, if you ever been to the little THC thing over there off 16, they got like this little window. So if you watch the No Doctor video, you'll see him talking to me through the window, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As I'm like in there, like, trying to purchase something or whatever. So just that in itself start bringing up sales. And then it was another moment when I had first dropped my stack pants, my orange and white ones and my black and red ones. He pulled up to pull up and cook up, and I was a vendor there. And he walked in, you know what I'm saying, I got good footage. We had already, like I said, he had already been shooting like other little drops and stuff in my clothes. So when that happened, it was like, oh, this nigga really fuck with Sauce. Like, okay, bet. Like, he tears up, whatever. But I'm just like, nah, he just showing genuine love, like, out of respect, you know what I'm saying, for the first time we met, and then my cousin. So he just doing this off the strength, like, because people be hitting me up talking about, man, Sauce charging too much, I'm like, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all, like, he really doing this off the genuine strength of, like, just, you know what I'm saying, on some stuff. But after that, it was just like, boom, 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 boom. And then I'm going to say, really, what helped too was this drop, the Dirty Sprite collection. Like, this purple set, I ain't gonna lie, did numbers. Like,
that's what I was gonna ask you. I was like, what's up with the purple unit, man? I see it everywhere, dog. What's going on?
It was just one of those things, like, I took my time and prep for that one. Like, I kept sending it back to telling my manufacturer, like, he sent me, I went through like 3 samples before I got it right. And my samples are not cheap. Like, I paid $400 for this sample. Like, these pants and the hoodie, I paid $400 for it. So it was like, it's not cheap, because you spend the money, it's always an investment, it's always a risk. You don't know if your sample's gonna come out right. But when I was coming up with it, I was like, I want to do a Dirty Sprite collection as my tribute to the city for my first year, but I got to make sure it's right and it sit right. So I was like, let me not do the basic dark purple and light purple, lavender or whatever. Let me do something that's closer to it. Because when you really pour up a Dirty Sprite, unless you just pour it super muddy, that hoe not going to be dark purple like that.
Right.
So I was like, when you pour it, it's gonna be kind of a lighter purple. So they kept sending me the different like purples that they had. So I just kept like trying to see which one. And then finally I came up with this one, and I was like, that's the one.
Yeah.
Like, it's not too many people use this purple. That's the one. So when they sent the last sample, came in exactly how I wanted it. Bet I said, go ahead and start the order. I think I worked on that project for like 3 months before I finally dropped it, and then it just went up from there, like getting a little boost in it. Baby Joker went viral in it, hitting that little Uzi dance, NLE Chopper. Just the list goes on. Like, I can just keep going. I got Chris Cousins, the guy who does you know what I'm saying, YouTube content. 4 from Black Ink Crew, multiple NFL players. I think I had Wanye from the Cowboys, Nowinski from the Carolina Panthers. I got overseas players that, like, in Canada playing in it. So I mean, it just took off. Like, it's to the point to where, like, not everybody's still asking for it, hot or not. Like, everybody still want it. Like, so I got something for them. I ain't gonna say when, but I got something for them.
Right, you got something.
Yeah, I got something for them. Everybody keep asking, but I got something for them.
So how often you cook up a new set?
I'm working on something right now. I try not to oversaturate the market. with doing too many drops just because I want each drop to be quality. Like I keep doing little simple stuff just like for pop-ups and stuff just to have something on hand to show. Cause like I said, every time you go somewhere, you meet somebody new. So everybody's not always, you know what I'm saying, hip to your brand. So I try to keep little t-shirts and stuff like that, hats, any little accessories and stuff to stay relevant, like keep my, you know what I'm saying, brand floating around until I do my next big drop. So my next big drop will be next month. I already got this called my members only collection. It's gonna be real limited. I don't want to do too much with it. I want to kind of, cause I'm trying to get away from streetwear. A lot of people don't know that. Like I have a whole nother collection called the Himothy collection that'll be dropping at the earlier part of next year. I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to get away from streetwear. I'm gonna keep doing the falling, like that'll stay my streetwear brand, but Himothy is where I'm really gonna put my all into for sure.
It's something you cooking. I seen it in your bio, but it's like nothing on there.
Yeah. Nah, like it's just one of those things. Like I want to build it up. I want to just get my name, you know what I'm saying, with the following, and then boom, drop something on them, like you know what I'm saying, like that. So, because the marketing for it is gonna be way different for that brand than I'm doing with this one. Like I'm getting better with marketing because, like I said, I've been building my team up. Like my creative director, Monty Scott, my videographer, AJ. Yams is my official brand ambassador and DJ for my events. My partner Dante and Snoop, they help with like as far as like the keeping my money managed, as far as like help me, you know what I'm saying, keep the money and the numbers and stuff together like that. So I mean, I'm just building my team up right now, just getting ready for this second half, like finishing off the second half of the year strong. So yeah, the marketing for that one is gonna be way different. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like budget crazy right now. I'm not gonna lie. We already got the numbers for the first visual for the Himothy. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
so if you're gonna still be doing the following for streetwear, but where do you see streetwear going, or is it something that you just don't want to deal with no more?
It's not so much that, cause streetwear is what everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody wears streetwear. Like Virgil, shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? RIP to him, you know what I'm saying? He made streetwear luxury with, you know what I'm saying, doing his collab with Off-White, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that of that nature. So it's never gonna go anywhere. It's just, that's not so much the lane that I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, that I want to just be in. Like I don't want people to just see me as a streetwear designer.
You don't want to be put in a box.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the box. Like I have a lot of stuff that like I said, as far as designer that I want to do, hand-sewn pieces, just a lot of different things. Like I said, the styles will be different. With my brand here, I kind of go more of a rock star look. With the following, I kind of go with more of a rock star look with that. That one, it'll be all over the place depending on my mood. Like if I feel like doing some 70s, 80s vibes, I'll go there. If I feel like doing some 90s, something just of that nature, whatever I feel like, that's what that brand is gonna be. But it's gonna be my personal, you know what I'm saying, collection.
Got you. You feel like streetwear is basically always trendy?
Yeah, it is. It's just still being creative, like being innovative. Like a lot of people think that you got to keep doing the same thing to kind of what's the name, but it's just when you're a creator, when you're creative, you always gonna have people that's not gonna like what you do. Still do what you want to do. Like somebody's gonna like it, somebody's not gonna like it. It's your art. You do what you do. So with streetwear, it's always gonna be around because you always gonna have, you know what I'm saying, your lounge. Sometimes you might want to be in loungewear. You might not be going somewhere where you got to be too dressed up, but you still want to be clean. Like so, like that's kind of where I'm going with the following. I want it to be more high-end luxury, like where you wearing it out when you go somewhere, like still in a sense, but it's still like cozy. You feel me? Yeah,
for sure. Now you talked about the headache of going back and forth, trying to get it just right, like how you was working with that purple. Outside of that, like what are the other hardships that come along with putting a unit together?
Just constant battle of thinking, is this gonna work? Like, is this gonna be right? Like, is this gonna be the one? Because all it takes, you know how it is, all it takes is that one drop or that one person to put it on that's gonna take you out, you know what I'm saying, help you take off. So with me, it's always a constant battle of making sure that like each piece that I put out comes out exactly how I want it, how I envisioned it, how I expected it to feel, as far as the length of something, the way it fit on me, different things, because everybody's body structures is different too. So you also got to make sure that you try to accommodate to you know what I'm saying, all shapes and sizes as far as
Right.
that. So it's just a lot of things that go into it as far as this when you're doing this. And then, like I said, just making sure that you know, like, this is what you put forth. Like, this is what you really wanted when you dropped it.
Right.
So.
What inspired the long drawstring?
Like I said, I went for like a rock star aesthetic. So like, it was just more so just doing something different. Like, you see most people that do stack pants, they not giving the long drawstrings. At most, they probably gonna stop like right here. You feel me? So I just wanted to do something different. And most people, they let it hang. And other ones, they tuck it in their pants or whatever. Like, I've had people ask me like why I did it, but it was just something different. Like, I just wanted something more unique. Like, most people, like I said, when they drop stack pants or they drop sweatpants or anything, it's not this long. Like, this is how you stand up this literally to the ground.
Yeah.
If I didn't tie it. So it's just one of those, I just want to do something different.
Yeah, it's something else to attract the person too, though. You know what I mean?
So.
You got to understand the psychology of trends and ideas and creativity. And you dope at it, bro, for shit show.
Appreciate
and
you
then
for
you got the
shit show.
J's to match with the, you know what I'm saying? Those lavender, those
Yeah,
J's.
man, lavender. You know what I'm saying? We got the socks. I try to color coordinate on a lot of things.
Oh, you got falling socks?
Not yet. We working on it.
Okay.
I got for my next collection. I will be finally dropping socks. I also got some biker chains that I just dropped. I put them on the website, so if anybody want to go check out my website, it's thefallenclothing.com. But like I said, with me, I try to make sure that I touch on all bases, accessories, making sure the clothes is nice, just different little intangibles, you know what I'm saying, when you go out, because you can mix and match a lot of the things that I put out, like how I got the shirt cut sleeve with stacks, like, you know what I'm saying, you can do this shirt by itself with some jeans, you can do these pants with a different shirt, so I try to make sure that, like, each piece that I put out is interchangeable at all times, because that's how I dress. Like, I don't just go buy something off the mannequin. Like, I'm gonna go get something that I know I got multiple fits with that I can re-wear, or, you know what I'm saying, switch out and do something different with.
Right.
So
in this game, like, the importance of networking, obviously you've had a lot of big name people wearing your clothes. Mm-hmm. How do you go about networking personally?
So with me, if you ever see me out in public, I'm very quiet.
Right.
Like, I'm very standoffish. Most of the time I'm chilling, but I'm in my head thinking of something. So when I go places, I'm always thinking, how do I get this brand further out there? Like, what do I do?
Right.
And like I said, the podcast with Teddy Tuesday, we get a lot of special, you know what I'm saying, special guest artists that come in, do interviews, stuff like that. So that's one platform. Then just my ambition, like, I go somewhere and I always got my stuff in the car. Like right now, I got clothes in the car. Like, I don't care about that. I'm gonna steal it out the car if I got it. Like, you feel me? Like, so I'm always making sure I'm prepared at any moment, because I never know. Like, the night I met PJ Tucker, like, we was at the basement. I just happened to be, you know what I'm saying? Even if they don't wear it, like, it's just the point of putting it in their face, like, so they'll know, like, you gonna keep seeing this. You gonna keep seeing me. You gonna keep seeing my brand. So that's just how I go about it. Like, at every moment, like, I'm always thinking how to get my brand out there, because you never know. It always takes that one person.
Yep.
So
it's that one person. So you said you still working at marketing?
Yeah, I'm still doing working. Like I said, me building my team has been helping me, because, like, now I got somebody to help me with structure. Like, being a creative and being always in your head, a lot of the times you overthink a lot of things. So now that I have a team, I can bounce ideas off of them. Yeah, I might still go with what I want to do, but now they can help me structure it to where it comes out better. So, like, with Imani, that's a lot of things. Like, with her, I'm constantly texting her, calling her, hey, what you think about this, da-da-da, and she'll tell me, like, her input, because you need a woman's touch, and that's another reason why I added her. She's dope, she's extra, because that's definitely what I needed. Like, we have it's a real brother-sister relationship, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she really be on me, so, like, I appreciate her for that, because it definitely helps my structure as far as getting everything organized and just making sure that, like, each thing that I do is marketed to make myself and my brand look good.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. So, and that's important. You had the network to be able to put a team together. You know, I think that's the biggest struggle with anybody that's doing any type of art or anything, putting that team together, that solid team. Did you reach out, or did they reach out to you?
I reached out to majority of them. A lot of the connections that I made, like Yams, me and him met in college. When I got done playing ball, I used to see him in the rec all the time. And so we ended up having conversations, and he had asked me to join this little party and promo group in college. So, you know what I'm saying, I worked with him doing just different events and stuff like that. So when I moved home, it was just an easy connection. We was already still cool even when I was in Dallas. So it was just a good connection with him. My cousin AJ, when I moved home, I figured out he was doing photography and videography and stuff. And then I seen his work, so I was like, well, I'm growing, you trying to grow, let's grow together. So we ended up collabing, and we just been working ever since then. With Imani, she's already a part of the Teddy Tuesday podcast group. So me just having conversations with her, she would just see my work and my drive as far as every day going to events, seeing me on Instagram, social media, just pushing my brand, getting out there, getting to all these high influential figures. And she was just like, I like your work. And she was like, so when I talked to her at this event about, you know what I'm saying, working with me, she was real down for it. She was like, I love your ambition, your drive. She was like, I'd love to help you structure that to get you to where you're trying to get to. So, I mean, yeah, I definitely reached out to a lot of them. I've had people reach out to me trying to work with me. So, I mean, it's just, but it's finding the right pieces because some people are doing it for the wrong reason. Like, they just doing it to better themselves, which is cool. Like, everybody uses somebody in a sense, you feel me? But like, if it's not genuine, I'm gonna feel that. Like, I'm not gonna fuck, like, that's just how I am.
Yeah,
like,
opportunistic spirit.
Yeah, you can feel that shit. Like, you can tell, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We can work together in a sense, but I know not, like, you know what I'm saying, keep you arm's length. Like, I'm not gonna let you get too close, because, like, I can already see where it's going. Like, and you learn that in business, like, over time, like, you'll have your ups and downs with certain people, learning how to do business, like, and this is how I go. So I'm really just breaking the generational curse, because I don't have anybody in my family except for like one other person that has like their own business. Everybody else in my family really works. Like my mom, she's been working for like 20-some years at her job. She's a social worker and does foster care. My pops, he worked for a detention center. The list goes on. So I'm really the first person really in my family outside of my older cousin that is really just trying to do this entrepreneurial thing.
Right.
So,
and it's a spiritual journey, like you said.
Nah, for sure.
Like, you gonna go through them ups and downs, you gonna hit walls, and you gonna be like, shit.
Man, I'm in a constant battle every day. Like, I wake up, like, you don't get sleep sometimes because you just up. Like, I got my sketchbook in the car now. Like, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm in here thinking of ideas while I'm in here, like,
right.
Just different stuff that I want to do. So it's just one of those things, like, you always gonna be in a constant battle, but like, you just gotta trust the process no matter what. Like, understand, like, stuff is gonna happen. Like, everything not gonna always be peaches and cream. Like, you gotta just suck it up, trust it, and know, like, if this is what you wanna do, you happy, and this is what makes you happy, stick to it.
Right.
So.
Right. I think some people get caught up in the outcome so much that they can't pay attention to the process and the journey.
Social media. That's the biggest issue. Like, you get on social media and you see everybody looking good, so you think, like, not knowing they going through hell to get where they got to, you feel me? Or they may be looking good on there, but like, that's just the good. Everybody don't show they bad on Instagram. Like, people are just not starting to, like, because they feel like it's a social trend to start putting out there what it is, which is cool. Like, you have to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because some people need to hear that voice that it's okay to understand that everything in life is not gonna always be good, you feel me? So it's just, you just gotta just take the ups and the downs, fam. That's the only thing I can say, really.
Right, because people putting their highlights online. That's it.
Yeah, that's all. You gonna always see the good. Like, that's what they want you to see, because they want you to think like it's all peaches and cream. Entrepreneur, no, fam. It's nights, I'm up. Then I work, like I said, I work a 9 to 5. So like, I work a 9 to 5, do my business full time. Like, I don't get sleep, fam. And I coach part time. So like, I don't get sleep.
You coach?
Yeah, I coach AAU.
Oh, shit.
So,
basketball.
You feel me? Yeah, so like, I coach basketball. So it's like, I'm constantly on the go. Like, you feel me? So it's like, if you really want to do this, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna put in a sacrifice, work that 9 to 5, no matter how bad the job is. Like, if this is what you want to do, you gotta fund your business to the point to where, like, you don't have to work, where you become seriously your own boss, where, like, you know what I'm saying? That's the overall for me, like, to be my own boss, to put people in positions, myself, you know what I'm saying, to where, like, they can do what they want to do. Like, I want to help my cousin AJ get to where he want to get to, my partner Yams, Imani, like, supporting what she got going, because she's already doing her thing with music and know what I'm saying, business rep for Sonny the Rapper. So I mean, it's a lot of things. So I just want to be able to help my people who's helped me, or just in general, just anybody that want to get to where they're trying to get to in life. Like, that's just my overall goal.
Yeah, and then too, the people that's looking up to the entrepreneurship, I feel like that's online, they're just thinking about the money aspect of it only. You know what I mean?
It's the freedom. Like, a real hustler knows that it's not the money, it's the freedom that comes with it. Like, I don't, like, with me, I just want to be happy, be free. You feel me? Like, I want to be able to build generational wealth for my family, you know what I'm saying, after I leave. But, like, as long as I'm happy, I just know everything good. Because when I'm happy and I'm good and everything's smooth, the best stuff happens for me. When I'm stressed out, overthinking in my head all the time, bad stuff happens. So, like, in this life, you just got to be happy, just enjoy where you at, and trust your process. Like, that's what you're going to learn. Like, you really have to trust it and understand, like, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, and that ultimately, that's a lot of faith you got to have, because it's going to get scary at times.
Bro, what? But what? I'm telling you, like, you will be up questioning your life, like, fam, is this what I really want to do? Like, trust me, I done had plenty of sit-down conversations with myself and God. Like, I go out in the backyard and just sitting there. And I won't even say nothing, I'll just be sitting there looking. But in my head, I'm thinking, like, damn, this shit hard. But this is what I want to do, this is what I asked for, so, like, I'm gonna stick to it. Like, I ain't gonna quit. Like, I don't care how hard it get, I ain't gonna quit.
Right. And then you be knee deep in it.
Fam, what? Like, trust me, fam. It's a lot. People don't understand what I go through on a regular basis, fam. Like, cause like I said, I'm already in retail. You know what I'm saying, at my job. So I'm doing customer service there. Then I'm doing customer service dealing with my brand. So it's like, it's a constant, like, just having to try to deal with different people coming in with their own spirits, and I'm not even gonna get into all it, but it's a lot, fam. You just gotta be prepared to understand, like, it's life, it's gonna happen, so just deal with it.
Right. That helps you out too, though, like working in retail?
Yeah, it does, because what they really don't realize is I'm really learning the business from them, how to really get more structured. Like, that's really what I be in there doing, like, watching how they do their paperwork, keep their numbers, monetize, just different things like that. That's really what I'm in there learning. How to actually be a boss, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. I enjoy shoe retail, I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing it since 2016. So, yeah, from 2016 to now, I've been working shoe retail, and it's always been something fun, because I grew up loving shoes. Like, I still have a vastly good shoe collection, so it's just like, it's one of those things, like, I enjoy it. I like being around shoes, and then, too, I'm in the back. Like, I'm a stockroom manager, so, like, I don't have to be on the sales floor. So
right.
It allows me to not be on the floor, to still, you know what I'm saying, to still have time to do what I need to do outside of my other work. So I'm not having to be on the sales floor constantly, where I can't have my phone out too much, or I can't dribble and draw. You know what I'm saying? If I think of something while I'm in the back, I can go to the back and go get my sketchbook and draw something, write it down. Compared if I'm on the sales floor, I can't do that. You feel me? So it has its perks.
Yeah, you utilizing time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At all times. That's what that's how it go.
Yeah, and then as far as managing fucking, like just managing promotion, like, fam, I have Instagram, I have 2 Instagrams, so I got, well, really 3, but I'm not really using the 3rd one right now. So my personal page, the Fallen Brand page, then I still got Twitter. Every now and then I get on there. You got Snapchat, then you got Facebook, then you got TikTok. So it's like, I'm constantly on my phone. Like, I'm at the point now I have to go get a second phone, because it's like I'm constantly on my phone. Like, and it be some days I just be wanting to put my phone to the side, but it's like I know I have to be on my phone.
Right.
But I do take my days where I just put my phone down, don't touch it. Like, especially when I go play ball, like, that's another reliever for me. Like, one, workout, like, just playing ball and working out.
Do you feel like, you pretty much said it, when you take that phone and put it to the side, you feel free without it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, when I get off that phone, because it's too much social media. When I get off that phone, I feel free.
Yeah, because this is right here, is what it is it's supposed to drain you. It's supposed to make you think like what you see on there is real life. No, it's not. Like, that's just the glit and the glam. So when you constantly getting on there and you constantly doing that, it's draining you, because you're not allowing yourself to be free. Like, you just, in social media, I'm gonna say social media jail. Like, you always wonder what's going on social media. But if you take that time, the real world's out there. Like, it's go outside, go enjoy yourself, go walk, go read, go do other things. You don't have to be on your phone 24/7, fam. I'm just not gonna lie to you. It's that stressful. Just take some time off your phone for, like, you know what I'm saying? You give yourself maybe an hour or two where you're not on your phone. You go do something that don't require you to be on your phone. And watch how unstressful your day will be.
100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I got time out of the day. I got to at least take me a good, because I'm on it all the time doing media, but if I'm on a computer editing, I got the phone to the side, but if I'm on it, I got to get off of it for at least an hour at a time and just stay off that thing.
You got to, because it'll drain you. I'm serious, it'll drain you. I've learned that, and I catch myself a lot of the times when I'm just on my phone, I'm checking through social media, trying to check for emails or check for this or check for that. And then I see myself, I'm like, fam, put your phone down. Like, you don't need it. So I'll go out, put my phone down, play some music, sit in the backyard, chill, or I'll go play ball or something just to stay away from my phone for that little time frame.
Right. Right. So you said you really love shoes. Is it somewhere in your future you seeing like, man, I'm gonna put out a shoe line? See, look at.
So I do want to put out my own shoe. Like I said, I've been drawing shoes since I was like 10 years old.
Right.
So I do want to put my own shoe out. So I do have some designs or stuff that I want to do. I just got to find the right manufacturer to actually make it, you know what I'm saying, to my liking. That's probably going to be one of them things I'm going to have to fly out and actually go there so I can make sure I get the right right material for the shoe, because that's something I really want to take serious when I actually put the shoe together. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. As soon as you said that, I was like, yeah, I can see him making some shoes.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make me a shoe. Now I understand Nike got this whole little patent BS and stuff going on. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely gonna make me a pair of Forces or something, like, you feel me? Because I grew up on Forces, like
right.
Forces 9.5s, 9.7s, Jordans. Like, I grew up on all of that. You feel me? I'm from the South, so hearing Jeezy talk about wearing 9.5, like, I grew up on that. My uncle put me on that early, so I'm definitely gonna steal a silhouette, but I ain't, like I said, but that's just cause I just want to, like, you know what I'm saying? But
right. It's like now at a point now, it's like, it's just something to do. Everybody did it. It's like, how you gonna do it?
Yeah, how I'm gonna do it differently is gonna make it what's name. But like I said, I'm not gonna oversaturate it. But I'm definitely gonna drop one just cause it's me. I have to. I don't care.
Right. So as far as when you got Himothy that you're working on, so if I ask you this question, say, where do you see yourself going in the future? Is it Himothy? Is it Fallen? Is it both of them? Is it one conglomerate that's holding on to, like, what's going on?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be both. I'm not gonna get away from this because this is my baby. I'm not gonna lie, it's still my baby regardless of the fact. Himothy, like I said, is just showing another side of me. Like, I don't want y'all to just think, oh, he just did streetwear. No, I just want y'all to see a whole creative side of me. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to both of them. It's gonna get the same attention. Like I said, when I first start off next year, getting ready for Himothy, I'm gonna take a little break with the Fallen so I can get that right. But for the most part, yeah, no, I'm gonna keep both at the same.
Right. So in my head, I'm seeing Himothy as something that's probably gonna be totally different from the like two different worlds.
Yeah, it's definitely different, totally different worlds. It's gonna be real high. It's gonna be real high end. Custom pieces. A lot of it's gonna be custom pieces. Stuff that I've drawn up. Like I said, I have stuff drawn up for Himothy that I'll be good for like a whole year and a half, really.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Same thing with the Fallen. Like, I have so much stuff in my sketchbook. Like, I've been prepping for this. I started the brand when I first got home, but the year before it was when I was really prepping, just drawing stuff out. And then as our time go on, if I think of something, I put it in my sketchbook. Like, I have 2 sketchbooks full right now. Working on my 3rd one, so yeah.
Man, so do you don't do no sewing or nothing like that?
Not right now. I'm learning. One of my mom's friends, she knows how to sew, so she's just teaching me the basics and stuff right now. Then I'm gonna go ahead and start investing in my own sewing machine and just, you know what I'm saying, getting to work. I typically go over there and do like little patchwork and stuff on little certain things. Like, if I get, like, I was working on some stack pants one day, some jeans. They under construction right now, but just going over there, just messing with stuff, just learning how to make mistakes on it so I can, when I actually start doing it, you know what I'm saying, I can perfect it.
Right. Man, you dropped some gems, dog. Nah, for real. You talking about the phone shit, that's serious, bro. People do get caught up in that world.
They do.
And entrepreneurship is a spiritual battle.
For sure. Yeah,
For sure.
A lot of people don't think it or know it, but it is like it definitely is like it'll make you really think like. So you really just gotta just like I said, trust this process and take it for what it is.
So you've been at the edge before.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. I went through the depression stage multiple times. I went through one when I first got hurt playing ball, just trying to figure out what I was gonna do after that because you get accustomed when you playing ball. I've been playing ball since I was like 6. So from going from playing from 6 years old all the way to 19, 20, and then get hurt, you know what I'm saying? The typical not taking care of my body, get hurt. So now I'm like, damn, I'm finna be a regular student, like, cause surgery ain't guaranteed, you feel me? So it was one of those things, I never had no major surgery, most I've ever had was like a jammed finger, a rolled ankle, something like, you know what I'm saying, minor stuff, never nothing that would've kept me out for a long stint of time. So to have my first real major injury was like, it kinda put me in a place like, damn, this is what I thought I was gonna be doing for my life. Like I didn't think of backup plans. Like I didn't think outside of basketball for a minute. So that depression was one, and then my last little stint of being in Dallas, I just didn't know because I thought, like I said, me and my partner, my business partner, we split up. I started trying to work on the following, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like I didn't know the direction. Like I was just like what am I gonna do? Like, and so I went through a depression stage, and it was just a lot of stuff, other stuff, personal stuff that was going on that just had me in a what's name to where like I just made a decision to move home. And so I had a conversation with my mom right before I moved, and I was like, I gotta come home. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I can't do it. I can't do Dallas no more. Like I gotta go. Like, I need a fresh start. Like I just gotta go. So I think like Thanksgiving I came home to visit. And then, like, mid-December, I officially moved home. But my first drop for the fall, it wasn't until late January, early February. So, yeah.
Damn. That depression is a motherfucker, man.
Yeah. A lot of people are scared to talk about it, but me, like I said, I'm a living testimony. If you don't give up and you put your all into it, you know what I'm saying, it all work itself out.
Right. Right. You got to have the determination to bounce back.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because it's too easy just to quit.
For sure. A lot of people will quit when they see, like, they go through certain things. And a lot of people, everybody's journey different. So don't ever get caught up in, oh, well, this person I grew up with doing this and then you got this. Like, don't ever get caught up in that. Like, just live your life, man. Your journey is different. Like, they might be right there right now and you might surpass them in your time just because that was what God wanted for you, you feel me? So it's like, you just gotta take this journey and just be happy and just know that like, you could be worse off. Like,
right, you can't control your journey.
Yeah, you could be worse off, so just be happy with where you at and understand like, it's a blessing every morning to wake up. It's a blessing every morning to be where you at in your life. Like some people ain't got no car, some people ain't got no place to stay, some people ain't got nowhere to eat, no family, no nothing, and like, you complaining about oh, my car, or oh, I don't have this car, I don't have these shoes, I don't have this amount of money in my bank account, I can't go here. Like, that stuff gonna always be there. I got a lot of partners that be asking me to go out. I don't go out like that no more. I'm not a club person. I did all of that in college. Even my first few years in Dallas, like, I'm not an outside person. You'll see me at the crib or I'll go support one of my partners at their events, but most part y'all gonna call me, I'm at the house when I ain't going nowhere. But you got to make those sacrifices to get where you want to go. So it's just like I said, it's a trial for him. You just got to prepare yourself for it.
Right. So you with the events, you putting the fashion shows together. What's it like? You hook up with G and we're gonna do a fashion show. I'm in your fashion show. What is this process like?
With me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm all over the place, and that's why I said I had to get a team. Because I have a lot of creative ideas that I can put out, but I don't have no structure. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just creative. I'm a hustler, but I have no structure. And so, like I said, Imani helps me with that. But if you do an event with me, I'm gonna make sure I try to make it to the best, make sure it's the best event that you've ever done as far as like production-wise, as far as execution. I could care less if it's 10 people in there seeing the show. You're gonna come out and you're gonna see the show and you're gonna see how well executed it was. Like my first show, I wasn't worried about the attendance so much. Yes, I wanted people to show up to see my vision, but I was more so worried about the execution because that was my first show by myself. Like I've never threw an actual fashion show. And that's a lot of work in itself. Like being behind the scenes, just being a stylist, not really knowing exactly what the person who's over the fashion show is having to do, that's a totally different, you know what I'm saying, totally different thing. So actually putting your own event together, it'll psych you out to the point like, are they gonna come to my show? They gonna like this? Are they gonna like this? Are they gonna like this? So it's a constant battle. So putting the show together with me is gonna be fun because I'm gonna try to make it fun. I try to make sure I'm always smiling, cracking jokes, making sure everybody's doing good, make sure my models are having a good time with fashion shows, make sure my vendors are making money that come to the show, just stuff like that, because I just know how it is to start off a brand and trying to get your brand out there. I don't like overcharging for vendor slides or so forth, this and that. I want everybody to eat. I want everybody to get to where they're trying to get to in their life. So that's really how I go about my events, just making sure everybody enjoying what they're doing when they come work with me.
So how does a model get to you?
So I have a head model, Ducky. She's a published model. She's walked on a lot of shows. She's from Houston. She's walked on a lot of shows. We met when I first posted these as like pre-orders. She was working with another model, another brand, and she seen it and she was like, "Hey, I want to work with you." And I was like, "All right, well, when this come in, you know what I'm saying? When these sets come in, we'll work." And of course, right then we didn't link. Just a lot of little different stuff happened. So when I had my second call casting for my modeling audition for the show, she showed up, and we immediately hit it off. And she just helped me through it because, like I said, she's walked through shows, so she helped me as far as just the structure, you know what I'm saying, with the models, stuff like that. And that's just how it went. So, I mean, a lot of the models are models that have worked with her or just people that have seen my work and wanted to come work with me and actually trying to inspire models, trying to get their, you know what I'm saying, get their stuff out there.
Got you. So, what events you got coming up soon? Like, drop some promo for them. Let them know what's coming.
So, September 2nd, I just got invited to do the Labor Day Classics with PVTSU. I got invited to do that. So details will drop on that soon. I'm also doing another Heat from the Street. I just had my last pop-up Heat from the Street on August 5th at ARTCOTIC Studios. I had 12 vendors that showed up for it. It was a good turnout. It was right before Pull Up and Cook Up, so me and Yams decided to do this collab joint where I have my own platform, he still has his, and we both eat, you know what I'm saying, as far as like putting the brands out there. So my next one will be September 9th, ARTCOTIC Studios. Details will be dropping, so if any vendors want to tap in with me, just, you know what I'm saying, just hit my line, hit my DMs, you know what I'm saying, we can work. Like I said, the fees are not high. I'm not taxing y'all, I'm just, I want y'all to come eat, you know what I'm saying, just like I am, so that's really it for right now.
That's what's up. So look, go ahead, drop it.
My bad. I almost forgot. I also have a movie premiere.
Oh shit!
A lot of people don't know that my brand and I will be featured in one of my partners I went to school with. He's a film director. He'll be dropping his premiere will be on August 26th at AMC 30. It's off Beltway 8. It's going back towards Galveston, but it's off the Beltway. The movie is called The Masquerade. I was real happy for him to, you know what I'm saying, for this movie. Like, I remember his first one he did, Deception. It turned out real well. It was on Tubi. But this one here will be in theaters and also be on Netflix.
Gotcha. What's your role in that?
I'm just an extra, but just the fact that I'm actually being like seen in the movie wasn't that. Because I really didn't go to be an extra. I really went to just support him. Like every day he was shooting the movie, I'll just show up just to show face, just so you can see a familiar face just on the set. And just showing that I support what he's doing. And then one day he was short like extras for the pool scene. They had like a mansion party.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Gee, I need you to be extra." And I was like, "All right." So he like signed his waiver. So I signed the waiver. So when we setting up in the house, he put me right in position to be seen. And then one of the models, one of the actors had bought a shirt from me to wear in the movie. So he's actually in the pool scene with the shirt on, one of my father's shirts. And then I'm in the actual scene, like standing, like turning up. You'll see my shirt, my shades, and my hat being seen in the movie. So it's just to see that, like a lot of brands can't say their brands ain't a movie, like especially in a year and a half of doing clothes. Like a lot of people can't say that. So that's just something big that was big for me. Like Like, especially, and then it's gonna be on Netflix and in the movie premiere, so like, that's big screen, you feel me? Like, that's huge, and it's probably 400 people who are supposed to be in attendance for the movie. So yeah, 97 on the box, hard body Coyote will be over the DJing, they got somebody else MCing. Just everything in itself that day is gonna be great, and he want to put my picture on the backdrop for the movie premiere. So I mean, it's just all of that in itself is just
Man, that's
an
live,
experience.
dog.
Yeah.
That's live.
Yeah.
That's live. So look, this is uncensored wisdom, and I always tell everybody the same thing. That means like your grandpa sitting on the porch. If he gonna tell it to you, he gonna tell you the truth. He gonna give it to you raw. So what uncensored wisdom do you have for somebody that wants to start a clothing line? They might not know how to jump off the porch and go do it.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this the exact way my uncle used to tell me. Fuck what everybody talking about. Do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, you are the only person that's gonna be happy. Everybody else is gonna be standing off to the side and acting like they fool with you when they really don't. You gotta do what makes you happy. Don't worry about if they like you. Don't worry about if this person like you. Just do what you do. So that's pretty much the only thing I can say. If you have a dream, you have a vision of something you want to do, do it. Everybody not gonna like what you're doing. Everybody not gonna rock with it. But they will. Worry about who supports you when you start off. Don't worry about, like I see a lot of people on Instagram, Facebook, social media, my hometown don't support me. Say, fam, who cares? Like, I'm from Galveston, fam. I can honestly say, I probably, out of my classmates that I graduated with, I can say I only know probably like 2 people that have bought something from me in my class, my graduating class. Like, people I grew up with, partners I grew up, went to school with, same hood, everything that bought stuff from me. My name my brand took off when I started focusing myself into a different area where nobody knew me. A stranger gonna be your biggest supporter before somebody you know, because why? Everybody not a visionary, so they're not gonna see your vision the way you see it. So that's why, like, you gotta just grind every day, and somebody gonna see your brand, somebody gonna see your vision, somebody gonna rock with you. So
that's a fact.
Yeah.
G from the Fallen. Thanks for coming in, brother.
And I appreciate you for sure.
Break.